You're thinking about starting a business and you're trying to decide, should I start a pressure washing business? I heard you make really good money. Or should I start a window cleaning business? I hear you can get a lot of work. And so I'm going to help walk you guys through kind of the comparison, the side by side. And fact of the matter is, most window cleaners offer some sort of soft wash or pressure washing service, and most pressure washers ultimately will offer some type of at least exterior window cleaning. And it's good to have your hand in both trades, regardless of what you want to focus on, especially earlier on when you're just needing to get more work and more dollars in your bank account. So let's get started. First, let's look at the cost. Pressure washing can be pretty expensive. The unit that I purchased, just the pressure washer alone, cost over $8,000. In addition, I got a trailer, I got tanks, I got reels and hoses. It all added up to between $15,000 and $20,000, and that was pre-COVID pricing. Now, you can do things a little bit cheaper. That was an 8-gallon per minute machine with the heat unit included. That's a little bit robust. You might not need that to get started. Having said that, a decent pressure washer needs to be minimum 4 gallons per minute, even if you're just starting, and you're going to be looking at over $1,000 for just that one thing. Now, there's a lot of other things that get stacked up into the price, so it could be a little bit more expensive. Meanwhile, window cleaning, you can get the bare necessities for under $100. You can get fully set up for under $5,000 with the most state-of-the-art equipment, like a nice water-fed pole and all of the indoor squeegees and scrubbers that your heart would desire. So clearly, window cleaning is a much cheaper option getting started. A lot of times there's people going through groups online asking for what's the best budget setup they can start with for pressure washing. And in that case, if you're really price conscious right now, you should just look into getting a squeegee, bucket, and a mop and do something that's a lot more affordable until you can save up the revenue that you need in order to invest in the proper pressure washing equipment. After all, that's what I did. The customers that you're going to get for one business or the other will easily transfer back and forth. So you get window cleaning customers today, you turn them into pressure washing customers tomorrow. So you can always pivot the primary services that you're going to offer and promote in the future. Now, number two, mechanical aptitude. If you have a little bit harder time with an oil change, you can't do it yourself. If you don't like to work on small engines and motors, then you shouldn't even consider doing pressure washing. If you're a gearhead or a grease monkey, you love working on your car, you like to just deal with small motors in general, then pressure washing is great. But if you hesitate with any of those things, you might want to hesitate about pressure washing. Window cleaning takes a lot less complexity. It's pretty simple. Soap and water, scrub it onto some glass, and then squeegee it off. It takes a little bit of a finesse, but when it comes to the know-how and the understanding of things, it's really quite simple. Meanwhile, with pressure washing, a lot of things can go wrong. If you're not mechanically inclined, then you need to be wary with pressure washing. But pressure washing is a lot of fun, and there's a lot of things where you could nerd out all day, every day, and a lot of times that's what matters. You have to really fall in love with the service that you're going to do, at least to an extent early on. That way you can keep enjoying the work that you're doing enough to be inspired and grow the trade into an established business. Now, number three, the level of challenges or the ease of the work in contrast. Window cleaning has its own obstacles. You have to work at heights. You've got to climb ladders. There's no way around it. Meanwhile, we already mentioned a little bit about how there's a mechanical aptitude that's needed for pressure washing. So there's different pitfalls that you can run into with either trade. Now, if you're athletic, you're on your feet all the time, you're more than happy to climb a ladder, you're not afraid of heights, then window cleaning is a great option. If you're a little bit wary of ladders, maybe you weigh a little bit more than you'd like to be on a ladder and trust it, then pressure washing might just be the thing for you. You don't have to climb a lot. You'll have to be on your feet all day, but that's okay. You have to do that for window cleaning as well. Pressure washing does take a little more physical strength. You've got to pull those hoses out. You've got to walk around and be on your feet all day. Window cleaning, you can be quick and nimble, whereas pressure washing, you got to do a little pulling of the weight. Now, earning potential and the average job ticket. Pressure washing can make a lot more money in a shorter amount of time. And that can vary depending on the machine that you have. Let me give you an example. If you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, any box store, and you pick up a pressure washer, they might have a 2.2 gallon per minute machine, something that is made for homeowners who might clean their driveway every couple of years or want to spray out their patio. It's not going to do very much very quickly. But that's kind of the base rate when a person's thinking about a service. How long is it going to take them? How much would they be willing to pay? With one of those things, you're going to be spending all day. And appropriately, you might charge around $100 per hour. Now, I don't charge hourly, but it's good to have in mind what your hourly expenses are so that you can make sure you're pulling your weight. When you get a 4 gallon per minute, you could easily have a target hourly rate of $200. Now, you upgrade to something bigger, get something like an 8 gallon per minute machine, and you could easily make $300 to $400 in an hour. Things change, job sizes are different. In a residential market, you might be doing a driveway for $150 to $200, and that's going to take you about a half hour with the big machine, maybe an hour with the smaller machine. Homeowner will take you all day. So you see the balance there. You can make a high punch in a short amount of time, big dollars per hour with pressure washing. In addition, you can offer not just driveway cleaning, but back patio. You can even do paver sealing. You can do a house wash. All of these things add up. Whereas if you've only got the squeegee, all you can do is clean the windows. But that's not a bad thing. We'll go on to talk about that some more. Now, equipment portability and flexibility. I think this is a pretty easy to see that window cleaning is a little easier to fit in the trunk of a car than a pressure washer. Especially if you're just getting started and you don't have anything, window cleaning might be the way to go. You can find a pressure washer that would fit in the trunk of a car. Not saying that's a good idea. It's a really bad idea, frankly. But window cleaning, you can easily fit the gear in the back of a trunk and get started on storefronts with a simple extension pole and a bucket, mop, and a squeegee. You can't get more portable than that. And so the ease of carrying things from job to job, window cleaning, hands down, wins that battle. Meanwhile, pressure washers, you can get into a pretty large unit where you're going to need a flatbed truck to carry everything around. You need a water tank for anything that's more than 4 gallons per minute to do the buffering of the water. And you're going to add weight to that. And so you can't just put anything on the back of a truck. As a matter of fact, the weight capacity of a truck is typically around 2,000 pounds or less. And one large tank of water alone can make that weight expire, let alone the weight of the pressure washing unit or any bleach or other things that you might have on board. Now, market demand and niches. This can change from region to region. If you live in a dry area where there's not much moisture or rain, then chances are pressure washing won't be as frequent of a service for you. I live in North Texas, and that's something that I learned very quickly out here. It's a lot easier for me to get window cleaning leads than it is to get pressure washing leads. So I offer both services, but my forte or my focus has constantly needed to stay as window cleaning. If I advertise myself as a pressure washing business, I'd only get a couple of leads a week compared to up to a dozen a week with window cleaning, using the same dollars for marketing. So my ROI has been much better focusing as my company as a window cleaning company. If you happen to live somewhere like Florida or on the coast where there's a lot of moisture, a lot of organic growth, you drive by and see houses that are covered in mold or algae, or you see driveways that are dark and grimy, then it's a good indication that you could probably make a lot of money with pressure washing. The market might be a little bit more saturated in those situations, but that's okay. You can win in any market. Seasonality. Seasons can be very similar from one service to the other. So there's not a major difference. Although I would say it's a lot easier to clean windows when it's freezing water than it is to do pressure washing. It's doable with the right setup, but it might not be advisable. Window cleaning you can do year round, although it still does slow down in the winter and peak summer months. With both services, you can look between residential and commercial work and fill in your slow times with commercial. Whether it's gas stations for pressure washing or storefronts for window cleaning, you have a little bit of flexibility there. But they do follow, in general, the same cycle from season to season. Now, safety and risk. Obviously, with window cleaning, there's a lot of ladder climbing, and so you have the risk of heights, the risk of falls, the risk of getting on a roof and slipping. Whereas pressure washing, you're much less likely to get onto a roof or have to, unless you're doing roof cleaning, of course, but you don't need to do that. You can get by with pressure washing not using a ladder at all in most situations, whereas window cleaning is almost necessary. With pressure washing, you're using high pressure that could destroy your skin. We're not just talking a little bit of damage, we're talking about cut your limbs off. So you have to be extremely careful. In addition to that, you can also use chemicals that could be extremely dangerous, flammable, destroy your lungs, whether it's the bleach, other types of caustic chemicals that might destroy your lungs and your health in the long term. There's always ways to be safe and careful, but even then, mistakes can happen and accidents occur. Now, scaling up and scaling opportunities. It's a lot easier to train somebody how to clean a window than it is to train somebody to do pressure washing. It takes a certain type of person to have the aptitude to manage small machines. If you're planning on going at it alone, then by all means, the pressure washing with the dollars per hour that you can get once you peak out in your services, it's better to kind of put your eggs into that basket. You're going to be able to be much more profitable in a shorter amount of time if you're working solo or with you just plus one helper. But if you want to hire people who are going to be doing the work, it's a little easier to train them to diversify within the window cleaning sphere. You can always hire a tech later on who will focus on the pressure washing side of things. But if you're going to be hiring a lot of employees, it's a lot easier to train them on a simple service like window cleaning. There's pitfalls that can come there, but it's still a little bit easier. Now, service frequency. This can be a dramatic game changer for some, especially if you're wanting to scale. The nice thing about window cleaning is you can do commercial work or storefronts that are happening every single month. You can get some things like dumpster pad cleaning, or if you're cleaning machinery or oven vents or other things with pressure washing on a monthly recurring schedule, but it's not as easy to get as, say, storefronts for window cleaning. You fill up 1 month of work and you're set for the year and you have a full route established so you can hire somebody else. Meanwhile, with pressure washing, typically on the residential side, you're going to be cleaning something only once every year to 2 years, sometimes even longer. Roofs don't need to be washed more than once every 5 years in most situations. Obviously, somewhere in a rainy coastal situation like Oregon on the coast, or it might be a little more frequent. But if you're living in the middle of the country and you don't have a higher amount of moisture than normal, then those jobs that you get, you're not going to be servicing those customers every year. Some of them, sure, will come back, but it's not as frequent. Window cleaning on the residential side, you can easily get a customer to repeat every 6 months, at minimum every year, but also as often as every 2 or 3 months. So if you're looking for something that you can establish as a recurring source of income with annual contracts or monthly payments rolled out over the course of a year, then a combination of the two is great, but focusing on window cleaning makes it a little bit easier to get those service contracts in place. Now, like I said before, pressure washers often clean windows and window cleaners often offer pressure washing. So it's a matter of semantics in a lot of situations, but it can make a difference in how you steer your business. So think carefully of where you want to be in a year from now, in 5 years from now, maybe even 20 years from now. What is the ultimate setup that you want? Maybe you would like to have a little bit of both and be balanced. Have a technician who does window cleaning, have a technician who does pressure washing, and you just focus on the marketing and the scheduling of everything. Well, you can do you. Figure out the best combination or the best mixture for your business. I personally have kind of landed in the place where I focus on window cleaning and upsell everything else from there, whether it's gutter cleaning or pressure washing. I like to have a good, healthy balance from that point. But where I'm at in North Texas, it doesn't get very moldy or very moist, and so there's not as much organic growth from year to year. If I clean a house exterior with a soft wash, then that stone's probably going to be clean for another 5 years before there's anything noticeable about it. So I can try to get them to repeat a house wash for cobwebs and dust that might settle on there, but it's not as sticky of a situation as, say, their windows, which are going to get covered in dust and pollen every season. So I can get the window cleaning every 3 months, get them to clean their house every year or two, get them to clean their driveway every year or two, and add on other services from there as I go. I like the window cleaning for its frequency, and as I grow, I'll focus on that as my primary service. So I might ultimately have 3 trucks doing exclusively window cleaning, and then another truck doing exclusively gutter cleaning, and another truck doing exclusively pressure washing. And obviously I'll have some cross-selling between those services, and I'll have some cross-training with the employees so that one truck can do multiple services. But in general, those guys will kind of be trained and have something like a specific skill in their wheelhouse that they're going to be focusing on for the most part day to day. So there's not necessarily a right or wrong answer for the best business for you. But think about where you're at. Think about what services are in high demand. When I first came to Texas, I really wanted to do a pressure washing business with windows on the side. But the thing was, the leads for pressure washing were just expensive. I would do marketing campaigns, I would send out postcards, and I would get such a small response that it was pretty upsetting for me. But when I started re-gearing towards pressure washing, I got the tip from another marketer saying, hey, when we're in your area, we don't get a lot of pressure washing leads, but we do get a lot of window cleaning leads. So I started focusing on the window cleaning and would upsell the pressure washing from there, and that seemed to be the sweet spot. Okay, you made it to the end of the video. I truly appreciate you watching this far. It means the world to me. It keeps me motivated to keep posting more videos like this, so if you ever have any questions or comments, please drop them below. And also, if you ever want to support my channel even more, use any of my affiliate links to purchase window cleaning or pressure washing supplies, or use my link for Jobber to sign up if you don't already have a CRM. I'll see you guys in the next video, and thanks again for watching.